he would step across the line. Habitually. He's a habitual line stepper.
You make me happy. Thank y'all for joining us on the Habitual Line Steppers podcast today. I am Garrett Charles Langley Henson.
I'm Terry Ricardo DeShazo the second. Let's get into it, my guy. Let's get into it, man. Good week in the NFL. NFL draft came through, in between this NBA playoff action and some Champions League action. It's a big, big week in the sports world, and I'm happy to be a part of it with you today.
Yes, sir. All right, let's jump right into it, man. This weekend, starting on Thursday, began the NFL draft, Terry. It spans a season of hope that'll stretch from now until August, when we all realize that our teams suck in preseason and that none of these 20-year-olds are going to be contributors, most likely.
Yeah.
But for now, Terry, hope springs eternal. And for probably no one more than Jacksonville Jaguars fans, as they pick number one for the second time in a row.
Back to back, running back like Drake.
Yeah. Bit of a questionable selection this time, Terry. They took the defensive end Travon Walker out of UGA with the first pick in the draft. The man performed better with tights and no shoulder pads on than he did on the football field.
The combine.
I fell in love with his combine shit. He was like 275, ran a 4.5. Everyone's losing their mind. First player to ever go number one that never made an all-conference team in NFL history. He never had more than 5 sacks in a season, Terry.
Yeah.
My man, for his career, had less sacks than Aiden Hutchinson, who went number 2, had last year.
Yeah.
Did they overthink this, Terry? Did the Jaguars fuck this pickup? Did they just draft the football Anthony Bennett number 1?
Yes. You called it right. This is probably going to end up being a mistake. I mean, a lot of these combine guys never tune out. They never seem to be good, man. I mean, it was just a no-win for any of these teams at the top, though, bro. It's like nobody stood out. There was no clear-cut number 1 or number 2 or number 3. Like, no, I feel like everyone in this draft wasn't a top 5 prospect. They were either like 10 or below. But if you're sitting at that spot, everybody knows it. So you can't trade back. Like, hey, man, I don't want the number 1 pick. Like, let me trade back. Everybody's like, nah, I don't want that shit either. You're going to have to draft who you get. And unfortunately, this guy, he's picked first. And this is big Anthony Bennett vibes on this one, though.
Yeah, well, he's already made a splash, Terry. Right before the draft, the night before, they reported that he was in a serious accident with 2 parked cars in Athens, Georgia. Somehow he escaped without any charges. There were nothing filed. He goes number 1 the next night. Serious red flag for me when you get into a serious accident with not 1 but 2 parked cars, Terry. You got to look out for those parked cars. They'll sneak up on you.
If you're out here hitting parked cars, I don't know what the fuck's going on in your brain, bro. Yeah, I don't know, man. It didn't look good for Jacksonville, but they're horrible anyways. It is what it is. They're probably still going to suck. Their draft is pretty bad. A lot of these guys are bad, though, man. There's no quarterbacks in this joint. Like, how do you grade or evaluate guys when you know they're going to suck? You still have to take them. Like, what are you going to do?
Listen, man, you don't have to take, a quarterback or a pass rusher. You could have done what the Panthers done and took that tackle from NC State, Ike Ekwonu. Watch this dude's highlight tape.
That was a good one.
Right. I thought he was working full-time at IHOP the way this motherfucker was handing out pancakes. It was sometimes he's pancaking motherfuckers 2-3 times in the same play.
Yeah. I mean,
I don't know. Maybe take that guy, number 1, if you don't know who else to take.
Possibly, but then it's just that stigma of the number 1 pick, Like, whoever got drafted number 1, you just would have been like, him, number 1? I mean, what the hell? And if he turns out to be like a 1-time Pro Bowler or a 2-time Pro Bowler, I would call that a hit. But I don't think any of these guys are going to be really good. So it's just
I think he's probably the best look. If you get like an all-pro left tackle, you know what I mean? Those guys used to go number 1 all the time. And
he's a good,
Terry, I'm not worried about his mental makeup going number 1 in the pressure. Do you know what his name, his Yoruba name, Ike Ekwonu, means translated into English?
No, what is that?
My effort shall not be in vain.
Ooh, look at that.
That sounds like a guy you take number 1 to me. But no, they let him fall to the Panthers at number 6. They took Anthony Bennett at number 1. It kind of reminds me of like a couple of years ago. Remember when the Raiders took Clelin Ferrell at number 3 from Clemson? And everyone was like, what?
Yeah, the Raiders, they always.
The dude who didn't show up in the national championship game, but you took him just because he ran fast at his pro day? It gives me a lot of those vibes. I don't see this dude being any good.
We'll see, man. There is a little bit of potential there, with his fast times and his strength and shit, but I just think he's a tiny guy also.
Do they have good coaches in Jacksonville? Like, are they going to be able to teach this dude technique and build him up? Or are they just going to be like, hit the weight room? Like,
I don't know,
I have
bro.
zero confidence in the staff in Jacksonville to develop anybody they bring into the building into better players.
Yeah.
And if they do develop them into good players, I guarantee they're going to demand a trade out of Jacksonville.
Yeah. It just seems like the owner of Jacksonville is not really prioritizing the Jaguars right now. I feel like he just like bought them and he's like, all right, man, somebody run the team. Somebody run this. I just bought the team. I don't want to deal with this. Somebody else deal with this shit. All hands off.
Urban Meyer, you seem like capable, sure hands.
Yeah, bro. Like, come on, bro. I don't know. We know this is gonna be an all-time bust. Any other picks that surprised you?
Jags fucked it up. At number 2, though, I thought the Lions did really good. They got Aiden Hutchinson, the hometown kid, played at Michigan, from Detroit or whatnot.
Yeah.
He was probably the best player in college football.
Yeah,
Didn't overthink it. Took a dude who's actually good at football. Then they trade back into the first round, took Jamison Williams, who a lot of people had as the number 1 wide receiver if he could recover from that torn ACL. So I think they did pretty well. Didn't overthink it. Took probably like the 2 best guys available. For a rare turn of events for the Lions, not fucking this up.
Yeah, right. That is very, very rare for the Lions not to fuck it up. But with that being said, I mean, that was probably the safest pick, honestly, to go with him.
Yeah.
If they would have picked anyone else, we would have been looking at them like, oh, Detroit doing Detroit things.
Yeah.
Fumbling the bag again. But, you know, they did their thing.
Hey, some places it's in the DNA. The Clippers, the Raiders, the Falcons, the Chargers. You know what I mean? We can't help ourselves.
Yeah, the Browns, all these teams. But I'd also like to give a huge shout out to the NFL for not going too crazy with these quarterbacks. There was nobody that was a surefire stud. So I like that only Pittsburgh, who actually really need a quarterback, drafted Kenny Pickett, probably the oldest of everyone that was out in the draft, but Pittsburgh kid, played at Pittsburgh College.
Start crying on national TV.
Yeah, that's a solid move for them. He did a fake slide, which should be illegal as fuck, but.
Yeah, he made it illegal. It's illegal now.
Yeah.
I do like the Steelers draft, Terry. You talked about how the Lions went conservative. The Steelers did not go conservative.
Nope.
They took the only quarterback in the first round. Then after that, they took George Pickens, the 6'3" receiver out of UGA, who is good as fuck, but people had some questions about his off-the-field stuff.
Yeah.
And then they went in and took Calvin Austin out of Memphis, another dude who people thought was going to go in the first round, another wide receiver that's really good. And then they took a fucking tight end right after that. So they're going to give Kenny Pickett some weapons now. Yeah. It's not going to be like the Bears where we draft Justin Fields and then have him thrown to a bunch of undrafted free agents. They got the man some weapons. I like what they did being aggressive.
Yeah, I feel like they plugged their holes. A lot of these teams actually did a good job of plugging holes and shit, but it's just one of those drafts where it didn't look like there was a lot of talent, bro. Honestly, it just wasn't a lot of big names, big talent. Well, dudes, your Falcons did a good job, though.
I was about to say you must not have been paying attention to my Atlanta Falcons then, if you thought that there wasn't some good talent in this draft.
Matt Ryan still gonna be a quarterback?
Yes, I called us drafting Drake London at 8. Yes, I called us coming back to take Desmond Ridder. I thought we were going to do it in the second round. But, Terry, do you know what I never would imagine?
What?
That in the second round, with Nakobe Dean, the best player on UGA's historic defense, the winner of the Butt Kiss Award, and Georgia's own, was still on the board. And we took a linebacker, Terry. But it wasn't Dean, who literally everyone in the entire state wanted us to draft. It was Troy Anderson. Now, if you don't know much about Troy Anderson, that's because he played at Montana State. I'll tell you some more about Troy Anderson.
Go ahead.
He's 6'4". He's 245 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
He plays middle linebacker, and he ran a 4.4 flat at the combine.
Jesus Christ. That's good size. That's good speed.
His freshman year, or let me start with high school. In high school, he won state championships in 100 and 200 and the hurdles. He won a state championship in basketball and in football twice and was valedictorian of his high school. Then he goes to Montana State and starts as a quarterback his freshman year, leads the entire conference in rushing as a quarterback, and makes all freshman conference team.
What did he go to like the smallest high school in the world or something? This dude was like a beast in every single sport and the valedictorian. Like, was he homeschooled? What the? Like, he goes to Montana State after that? That
Dude,
doesn't make any sense.
We just got white Martin Luther King on steroids.
This dude,
so he plays quarterback his freshman year. He makes all conference as a freshman. Then he switches positions to running back.
Yeah.
Puts up like 1,400 yards, has all these highlights where he's like 80-yard runs breaking away from everybody. Then he's like, all right, I'm done playing running back. He made all like first team everything. He was like the Big Sky player of the year as running back.
Yeah.
Switches to inside linebacker and then wins it again at inside linebacker the next year.
Wow. This guy's a beast.
I'm excited, Terry. Call me crazy, but show me a 6'4", 245-pound white boy that can run, catch. It's like Taysom Hill, but mixed with Deion Sanders. Desmond Ridder and Drake London were in this draft. Terry, I'm most excited about Troy Anderson.
Yeah, I mean, he's got some speed. He's athletic. He's smart, sounds like, too. I mean, this could be a good one for you. Hopefully he fans out. Hopefully he doesn't get hurt. But
Deion Jones, I hope you're renting.
I think they should both play with each other. Because Deion's the inside, right? He's not an outside, right?
Yeah, this kid's an inside, too, though.
Hey, hopefully you can play a 3-4 then. Fuck it. You got to find a way to put all the talent on the field, man. You got to do it with what's best for the team. But I can see them splitting a lot of reps. Not splitting, but like at least him getting some, outside of Deion.
I want to see him at running back. Fuck that shit. I want to see this dude go tote the rock some.
You think he can go be the little two-way player out here in these streets?
I know this is crazy, dude. I know this is fucking crazy. I know that this is 4 days after the draft, and I'm drinking Kool-Aid that has arsenic in it. I know.
Yeah.
It looks to me like there's a little bit of Derrick Henry in him.
Oh, God. All right. Look,
dude, you watch the highlight tape. You look at the physique, 6'4", 245. He's faster than Derrick Henry. Ran a 4.4 flat. On these fucking highlight runs, Terry, he's like stiff-arming people on the 17-yard line and then dusting everybody to the house.
Just consider the conference, Garrett. Don't get too excited. Consider the conference.
You have to remember, he is playing against other white guys from Montana.
Yeah. Come on. What was it, like the Big Sky? Isn't that the conference? Yeah, come on. Get out of here. They call it the Big Sky because there's nothing.
It's official. We drafted the white Derrick Henry, but he also plays defense.
Nah, honestly, I'm actually really excited about Desmond Ridder, though. I think of all the guys, I mean, I know we had the conversation. I think he is probably the most steady, and he had the better college career of like all the quarterbacks that were in there, from what I saw. Like his senior year was really good. He was a good junior year as well. Like Malik Willis played at Liberty. Kenny Pickett was 24 years old. Like Desmond Ridder, he's got the biggest upside, and I think he's got a long career ahead of him, bro. He's fast and he can throw. I think
and he said like one of the dudes he modeled his game around and like really tried to emulate was Marcus Mariota. It's like, well, you're about to be in the quarterback room with him, learning from him.
He's a solid pro as well.
And Mariota's not one of these dudes that's like, I'm gonna keep all the trade secrets and not share the knowledge so I can hold on to the starting spot. He gonna be like the ultimate consummate team player, help everybody out.
Mariota knows Because Mariota bounced around already. You can't be like trying to hold on to a starting spot when you barely got the shit. So, nah, he's not going to be doing that. He knows, keep getting them checks. Keep getting the backup checks. I'm good.
Very
He's still a
exciting.
millionaire.
And then we didn't even talk about Drake London, who went at 8, who led the entire NCAA in contested catches and in broken tackles as a wide receiver. He was, I think, second in the NCAA in yards, and he only played 8 games.
Dude's a beast,
immediately
man.
after they drafted, they posted a video of him doing a 540 dunk.
Jesus Christ. But hey, look, you got these targets, you got the quarterback, you got the middle linebacker. You still didn't shore up that offensive line, did you? Huh?
Well, we got a offensive guard from Georgia who made all SEC.
4th round?
5th round. I don't know
round old lineman.
If that's really going to change life. But
Good
Terry,
luck,
this is why it's important that Mariota and Desmond Ridder are fast, because you guys going to be running for your fucking life. All right?
Yeah.
You better use those wheels. Matt Ryan was like, he had no chance. It was like watching like a hole getting blown in a plane that's in space. Like he just gets sucked into the void.
Yeah. It is what it is, man. Hopefully you can establish the run. I mean, you got Cordarrelle Patterson still, right? Did y'all get rid of him or you still have him?
Yep. No, got Cordarrelle. Yeah. And we drafted a running back too that's a Michael Turner type, like 5'10", 230.
Yeah, big guy. So hopefully, I mean, if you guys establish the run, and if Ridder does end up being your quarterback, I think a huge play action type of, playbook will help a lot. So hopefully you guys can run the ball because, offensive linemen, the funny thing about them being shitty is somehow they can always run block, but they can't pass block. Like, I can run some dudes over, but as soon as somebody's coming at me, I don't know what the fuck to do. So
some motherfuckers can go forwards, not backwards.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
We'll see how it goes. I think your draft was really well. Y'all drafted really well this year, man.
I'm just happy to finally see us have a plan. It's been so often where it's like we went in these drafts, and I was like, what was the plan? Like, you just take whoever's on top of Mel Kiper's board? Like, what happened? This time, it seems like there's an actual plan from year to year. We're going to get a mobile quarterback. We're going to establish a power run game. Our receivers are going to be big as fuck. Like Kyle Pitts is 6'5", Drake London is 6'5", Auden Tate, who's our 3rd wide receiver, is 6'5". Our 4th wide receiver is 6'3". There's finally an identity and a plan that's being built. And at least that gives us something to look forward to in Atlanta, especially after we butt-fucked the Deshaun Watson, Matt Ryan situation this offseason.
Yeah, nah, that's true. So we got good grades for them. My team, the Bears, I don't want to talk about them too much, but they did shore up some defensive secondary problems that we had. Oh, we did get 1 O-lineman, but, you can't get 5 O-linemen in the draft and expect them to be good. I don't want to talk too much about them. I actually want to talk about the bad side of the draft.
I'm sure you don't want to talk too much about them. You guys finally drafted the wide receiver to solve all your problems.
Well, we're done. We're done.
A 26-year-old rookie. Motherfucker is older than Calvin Ridley when he came out.
Hey, man, stop hating. He might be great. You never know.
What's his name? Leaky Black?
I don't know. But we did get the running back from Baylor, actually. I think he's got some upside, though. He was pretty good. He's a fucking little shifty bowling ball sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
So I like him.
Who are you about to go to?
Huh?
The Panthers or the Packers?
I was going to go to Arizona. See what the fuck they're doing out there.
Do they know? Does anyone know but Kyler Murray? It seems like Kyler Murray is the only person that knows what's going on there.
I don't know, bro. It seems like Kyler Murray said, I need to play baseball. What the hell's going on out here?
For real. That's what he did. You think so? He was like, hey, y'all either trade for my collegiate number 1 wide receiver or I'm going to play baseball. And the Cardinals are like, hey, Baltimore, how would you like a first-round pick for a guy who is 2nd in the NFL in drops and average 9 yards a catch, even though he's a deep threat? And they're like, seriously? Yeah, we'll do it. Fuck Lamar Jackson.
So the only upside I would say for like that pick is maybe they saw something that Baltimore wasn't utilizing in him. Because I feel like I mean, Baltimore's not a passing team. Like, so any receiver that goes there, like if Devontae Adams goes there, he's probably going to have 40% less production opposed to him playing with like a good quarterback. So maybe they saw some shit that Baltimore wasn't doing with him, but a first-round pick for this guy was fucking
First of all,
ridiculous.
I hate it just on the principle of trading a first-round pick for a dude who they're now going to have to give a big extension to next year. He's on the last year of his rookie deal.
Yeah.
You just gave up a first. You could have just drafted a wide receiver in the first round and had him on a team-friendly deal for 5 years.
Yeah.
But you use that same pick on a dude that you're going to have to pay $100 million to. For what?
I don't believe
you got a 5'8" quarterback. Rondale Moore is 5'7". Hollywood Brown is like 5'10". Like, you're going to pay all these short-ass players at skill positions? Does that make sense to you, Terry?
Nah, it doesn't. But I don't believe in giving up first-round picks for fucking wide receivers. Even fucking star wide receivers, you
got to be generational. Like, we gave up the one to get Julio. That's probably the last one that I was like, all right, that was worth it.
Yeah. I mean, it was worth it for y'all because Tennessee, he's playing horribly. You don't give up first rounders for wide receivers, man. You're not doing that.
Yeah. No, I meant when we drafted him, we had to give up one to move up to 4. He definitely didn't work out for Tennessee.
No, I got you. I mean, yeah, that worked out for you guys somewhat. But he's generational, like you said. Julio's top 10 all time.
I just feel like the Cardinals are starting to be like the Raiders back in the day where they just drafted all the fastest guys. It's like all they care about is fucking speed. Rondale Moore ran like a 4.24. They're like, oh, we got to get him. They picked up that other dude who just signed a contract with the Jacksonville, Christian Kirk. He's another small, fast guy. Yeah. Now they can't wait to get their hands on Hollywood Brown, another 5'9" fast guy with a 0 catch radius. He can't even catch, bro. He's like second in the NFL in drops, and you're giving up all these picks for him? And then they're like, last year, remember, they trade for Zach Ertz, their tight end. They already had another good tight end there. I forget who they had, but he was already good. Then they give Zach Ertz $100 million, give him the bag. Terry, who do you think they took with their first pick in the NFL draft?
Tight end. No.
Yes, they took a tight end.
That's crazy.
I don't understand. Like, when we talked about the Falcons having a plan, this is the opposite of it.
Unless
nothing makes sense anymore.
If they want to use them to trade or something, maybe, but I don't see it. I don't know what they're doing.
I don't know who's the GM of the Chiefs, but if you told me that he hit 2 parked cars the night before the draft, I'd totally believe it. Or, excuse me, the Cardinals.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck they're doing over there, but hopefully they know because we don't know. No one knows. Not one single person knows, man. But there's bad. NFL draft is just bad, man. I don't know what to tell you.
Kyler Murray's going to let them pay $100 million to Hollywood Brown and then opt out and go play for the Cubs.
Shit, I'd like to see him play baseball. Fuck it, dude. Give me something exciting to watch. Another black man in a white sport. Let's do it.
Yeah, you're right. I'm sure watching him play baseball would be a lot more exciting.
Hey, look, watching him do well for 6 weeks and then play like shit for the rest of the season. I mean, come on, bro. This
hey, man.
Amazing.
He was getting an MVP chance. How dare you? That's the MVP.
Nah, man. Anything else you want to touch on the draft before we get the hell up out of here?
The Panthers or whatever, they got Matt Corral trade up. Looks like they finally got their quarterback of the future. He's even older than Kenny Pickett. He's like about to be 26.
Jesus Christ.
One of these racially ambiguous guys who I can't figure out what he is. But he can scoot. He's got some athleticism. To me, I don't know. He kind of looked like a super athletic Chad Pennington or like a faster Tua. So congrats on that, guys. I hope you aren't planning on throwing the ball more than 15 yards in the air.
Well, honestly, though, if you're talking upside, I mean, I know he's old. Like, I know people always look at age and they're like, oh, he can't be older than 22. We can't draft him. I mean, fucking Tom Brady's 42. If this dude can stay on his feet, don't get on your back, don't get hit, You can play for a long ass time. He looked good.
The only old players that I'm drafting are African dudes and people who just started playing football like 4 years ago. If you've been playing football your whole life and you're 24 years old, you should be dominating freshmen and sophomores that you're going against in college.
I hear you. I mean, quarterback is still a tough position, but what happened to him? Did he like tear his ACL 3 times, or like why is he 26? Did he go to fucking be a missionary? Like, is he a Mormon? Like,
he can't throw. That's the reason.
4 times.
Hey man, here, buddy. My Panthers fans are getting really, really excited. I'm getting really excited too, as a Falcons fan. I can't wait to look forward to the Matt Corral era down here in Carolina.
Well, yeah, get ready for a fucking real quarterback duel down there with Sam Darnold and Matt Corral.
Lights out, man. I don't know who they're going to pick. Just like your team, Terry, Manchester City. As usual, Guardiola had his selection issues that we talked about. Are we going to start Gabriel Jesus? Are we going to play Foden as the center forward? Is Mahrez going to be on the right? So we had is Zinchenko going to please be on the bench? We had so many questions, Terry, but the game did not disappoint. It was an absolute barn burner, 7-goal, 4-3 win by your boys, Man City. Take it away. What you see from the boys in blue?
City boys on top again. You know how I like to start off every conversation about City. You were once wrong about us again. We scored 4 goals when you predicted 0. So suck my dick on that one. The boys look good. The boys in blue look pretty good. You know, they took on the La Liga champions. They smacked them in the face, but they also played like shit on defense. Madrid scored 3 goals against us, bro. Zinchenko was once again being a dumbass. John Stones got hurt early in the first half, so that kind of hurt us because we had to play Fernandinho at right back. And he ended up getting smoked by Vinicius on that one play. Fucking got megged. He did a Ricky Sanchez. He dummied it, and it went through Fernandinho's legs. I'm like, bro, you got to be kidding me.
At midfield. At midfield.
Yeah, that was tough, dude. And I don't even understand why it was either Laporte or Diaz. Why didn't they go towards the ball? But, yeah, whatever. Ederson got scored on in that one. It's not much you can do about a one-on-one. Dude fucking sprinted 60 yards out of it.
Yeah, nobody pressured him the whole time. It was like watching, honestly, Terry, it was a FIFA goal. That was a FIFA goal.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I don't like why didn't Diaz or Laporte slide over? What happened was what I said. We need to get another defender or something. The fact that John Stones had to play right back, it's either like I understand that Pep always wants to play 4-3-3. But, like, Stones, even though he got hurt early, he was playing like shit at right back. He wasn't playing well there.
He's not a right back.
No. So I'm just like, somebody else has got to be back there, dog. And then in the beginning, you actually heard talks of them thinking about putting Gabriel Jesus at right back. That's how bad it was. Because fucking Kyle Walker and João Cancelo had these mystery injuries. Like, we can just not play these dudes in a fucking Champions League semifinal. We're like, nah, he's a little hurt. We're not going to play João or Kyle Walker. Like, one of you motherfuckers going to have to play through an injury. Because we got scored on a lot. Like, you can... Pep
Next game, they both better be out there.
Yeah, I think they're going to play. Pep almost did it again.
I tell you what, though, Gabriel Jesus, that may be a new permanent position for him. He may have found a new home going forward.
I don't know. I mean, he did end up getting a goal, but
he's in a good vein of form right now. But we've seen this story with Jesus before. Like, he's just not top quality striker. Like, you just can't depend on the dude. He's unreliable.
Very, 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 very questionable. But like I said, you thought that our midfield trio was going to get outplayed by the boys. You sleeping on Kevin De Bruyne, man? Well,
here's the thing, bro. Casemiro didn't play.
That is true.
Casemiro didn't play, which made a huge difference.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah, they were missing him out there. His crazy ass fouling the shit out of people.
And I think the other thing that nobody could have predicted was that David Alaba would go into a coma during the middle of the game and not return.
He played like complete guard. What happened to him, bro? He doesn't even look like himself anymore.
He's done. He tore something. He's done for the season.
Oh, is he out?
Yeah, he's out.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Well, there it is.
I don't know if they were saving him some face Like, he played so bad, they're like, yeah, he was dealing with a bad hamstring, like, blah, blah, blah. Or if he, like, I feel like he was fine for that game, and then he hurt himself in training the next day. And they were like, oh, yeah, but pulled it in the game. He was hobbled the whole time. I'm not buying it. I don't know. He just made a bunch of dumbass decisions.
Did he play over the weekend when they clinched the league? Or not?
I think so. I think that's how he exited the game.
No, he didn't play.
He didn't play?
Just looking at the game.
Right. Well, he's out.
I guess that was his last game. Playing against City. Getting exposed. Exposed, boy. Hey, look. Honestly, City looked pretty good. I still don't think that the lineup was the exact lineup I would like to see out there, even though we got the win. Our defense got a little exposed, but we didn't play with our starting right back or left back. I'll take it. We should have won the game by way more than one goal, though.
Well, that was my takeaway, man. It's like, you guys got to put teams away. Like, you got to put your foot on their neck. That game, you should have put it out of reach. It shouldn't have been a contest. The game should have ended like 7-2, like straight up. And it had their usual ridiculous misses from the 6-yard box. You know, people shooting it right at the goalie from a rebound shot. It's like, all you got to do is put – the goalie's laying on the ground, guys. Like, not even on his feet. Can you put it anywhere where he's not? No. And then as usual, bro, it's like I was texting you. It was like, hey, the soccer gods, you blow these fucking one-on-ones and these chances, you always know what happens. And Benzema was like, yeah, I'm that guy. Me. Fuck a 15-year-old. I'm going for it. I don't know how he didn't win like the Thiago won the UCL player of the round. I don't know how it wasn't Benzema. He was spectacular for Real Madrid. It dismantled your fucking defense.
I don't know, man. I mean, he got 2 goals. One was a penalty.
And he hit his ass with the Panenka too.
Yeah, that was disgusting. I was like, damn. This dude, and he missed 4 PKs this year. Did you know that? My man has missed 4 PKs in the league this year. He missed 2 over like a couple weeks ago.
Jesus.
I think in the same fucking game. And he comes in this Champions League semi and just chips Ederson, making him look stupid like that. Benzema's a beast, bro.
In the words of Karim, when I score, I'm French. When I miss, I'm Arab.
No, that's exactly true. But
explosive West Coast shit.
With that being said, though, I'm still confident going into the next game. I think we got this wrapped up. This is going to be an easy one.
You're playing in Madrid, right?
Yeah, the next game's in Madrid. Of course, it'll be a little harder, but we're up a goal. And Madrid's defense looks like shit, man. They do, bro. They got some problems. They're going to have to sign some people next year. I think, did they already sign Rudiger? If I'm not mistaken, for next year?
God, I fucking hope not.
I don't know. I guess Chelsea doesn't have any money. Huh?
They better not have. Chelsea, I don't even know if they could sell anybody right now because they're like trying to switch their owner up because Roman Abramovich, the Russian dude, owns the team. And they're trying to start World War III right now. So I think there may be a little holdups on the player transfers.
Possibly. So, like, with all things being equal, it's 4-3 going into Madrid. What's your chances? You still think Madrid's pulling this off?
You guys aren't scoring, for sure. There's no chance of scoring. I really think Real Madrid is going to hold you guys scoreless and win like 4-0. It's definitely going to be a blowout. It's going to be a different type of domination that I don't think we've seen yet.
All right. Jokes aside.
Yeah, I clearly blew that prediction. I couldn't have been more wrong. Motherfucker scored 7 goals in the game. I thought it was going to be 1-0. Yeah. The second leg, man, it's got to be more conservative, right? Like, there's no way we're going to see 7 goals in the second leg again.
I think we're going to see a lot of goals.
Yeah? You think it's just going to be one of the all-time fucking ties?
Well, here's the thing. Like, Kyle Walker and João Cancelo are back, if I'm not mistaken. I can check on that. So our defense is going to look back, to what it usually does.
Vinicius is about to get handled. Kyle Walker's got his ass on lock.
Possibly. He's still a really good player.
He is, but his pace, like what happened in that first game is not happening with Kyle Walker on the field. Just from his pace alone. He's not going to let that happen. Yeah,
I mean, just from that one goal, definitely fucking not. Like, that's not happening. But I mean, City and Madrid went over the weekend in their leagues and smacked teams 4-0. So they're showing the other team like, I'm ready for you. But I don't think Madrid's ready for what's going to happen again, because we're going to come in with our starters, and I think they're going to get smacked, dog. Straight up, they're going to get smacked. João Cancelo's back, and I think Kyle Walker's working his way back in. I don't know if he's going to make it. But
who's starting at striker?
I don't know. I don't. It might be Gabriel Jesus. It might be somebody else. I'm not sure. I really don't know.
You'll get this much out of a prediction for me. If they play Foden at center forward, y'all win. If not, if you played Gabriel Jesus as forward, you lose this game.
Jesus scored again.
I know. I'm putting my flag in the ground though. In the biggest moments, I don't think he has it. And the goal that he scored was garbage as fuck, where David Alaba tries to intercept a pass in the 6-yard box and lets him.
I got you.
Like anybody could have scored. I scored that goal against Eddie Ababio. All right, I don't want to hear that's a really amazing goal.
Hey, look, but Jesus scored over the weekend too. He got another goal. He's in good form, man.
He's in good form, but I don't trust him. I just don't trust him.
All right. Hey, look, as much as
you
I
better not see Zinchenko. You better be hoping and praying that you don't see Zinchenko and that fucking Cancelo's not like a healthy scratch or playing midfield next to Rodri.
Nah, I mean, that'll be the Pep thing to do. But Zhao's back. I think Zhao will play right back and Zinchenko will play left. As long as guys are playing.
No Kyle Walker, or you think he plays center back in place of John Stones?
I don't know if Kyle Walker's going to play. He didn't play over the weekend, and it's not looking too good for my boy. But if he's there,
are we going to see a Nathan Ake sighting?
Nah, I think Zinchenko's going to play left back. I don't think he didn't play horrible, but of course we know he's not like the top quality like left back. Yeah. But I think if we got Zhao, Laporte, and Diaz, we should be all right. We should be good, even though we got scored on 3 times with those 2 in the center. But they didn't play with outside back. They played with fucking Zinchenko
and Fernandinho.
John Stones and Fernandinho. If all things are being controlled, like if Zhao's there, we control the ball a lot more. So we don't lose possession as much as we were. I feel like we lost possession kind of silly in certain moments in the game in which like we usually don't. So I think we'll be a little better. But my prediction was 3-2 first leg, 2-1 second leg. Madrid win, go into overtime, and we go to PKs. So I would not be shocked. I will not be shocked if Madrid can pull this off. But I will say, just from seeing their fucking defense and how bad it was, I don't know, man. They really need Casemiro, and Casemiro was on the bench.
No, I think you guys are going to score, bro. I mean, the last time we played them, we ran them ragged, and you guys have very similar movement with your forwards and wingers.
Yeah.
Like Phil Foden and Ferran Torres, who came from Man City, are both nearly identical in their off-ball movements and the way that they like the patterns of play that they participate in to drag the defense out of position. It's just such like high-quality, next-level soccer IQ shit. And I don't see Real Madrid like being able to maintain their shape, be able to keep it compact out there. I think City's going to find a lot of space to exploit.
Honestly, this says a lot about your boy Carlo Ancelotti, who's won the league in every top league, right? He's won the championship in every top league.
Yep.
He did a good job.
Except for the MLS. All right? Don't count. Can't call yourself world champions till you do it in America, son.
Yeah, nah, I hear you out here fucking trolling. But I don't know, bro. Like, they're not doing it for me, bro. Like, Carvajal is your right back first choice. Lucas Vazquez is your second choice. He doesn't even play fucking right back. Your center backs are absolutely trash. Nacho Vidal is garbage. Vallejo, however you fucking pronounce his name, not good at all. Marcelo is your fucking backup. Your starter is Mendy still even playing for them?
Yeah.
Does he still play for these motherfuckers?
Yeah, he starts.
He hasn't been good this year, even though he's usually good. They just ain't got the talent, man. Their backline, they don't have the talent. Even if Casemiro plays, which will help a lot, it's still not going to help these motherfuckers, man.
He might have to play center back.
It's tough, bro. They just can't progress the ball out of the back. Like every time we pressure them high, which every team should do versus Madrid. I don't know why teams weren't. They get in sticky positions and they lose the ball. You can't if you keep. I understand City doesn't have a natural center forward. If you give us 10 chances, we'll score 2. If you give us 20 chances, we're gonna get some fucking goals. Like, come on, it's just gonna happen. And then Madrid just keeps giving us the ball. We're gonna score eventually.
Yeah, you got to think they're going to be a little sharper at home, Terry.
We'll see, bro.
Yeah, and I don't know, man. I feel like you're writing off that midfield pretty easily. Like, we're talking about Luka Modric, who's a Ballon d'Or winner, who's accomplished more in his career than Kevin De Bruyne could ever dream about. Like,
okay, all right, okay.
Am I wrong? What part of that statement was wrong?
De Bruyne is not.
What has De Bruyne ever done? What has he ever won?
He's an absolute monster. He's young.
What has he ever won?
Let him cook. He's younger. He's got hella years on him. He's got 7 more years on him.
That's
fine. How old is Modric? 36?
Luka Modric still is a more accomplished player. Actually made it to the World Cup final, won a Champions League on several occasions, and won the Ballon d'Or. So I feel like you're being pretty disrespectful with all this. Like, we just expect the midfield of De Bruyne and these guys to roll over them. You're talking about Toni Kroos, who's one of the greatest midfielders of all time as well, and Casemiro, who's just a goddamn thug. So I think they're going to make it uglier in the second game. I don't see it being such a cakewalk that you're envisioning in the midfield part, at least when you're talking about pressuring these guys high and just stealing the ball and getting 20 chances a game. I don't see that happening.
20, baby. We're on their head, bro. It's over. I don't understand. Like, why are you so heavy on these guys? They suck.
They don't.
They're just not good.
World-class, all-time great players. And I hate Real Madrid. But to act like Luka Modric and Toni Kroos aren't top 15 midfielders in history is asinine.
I didn't say that. I just said they gave us chances. We got 16 shots in the first game, bro. 16.
Yeah.
All right.
How many of those? How many of those came from David Alaba's dumbass?
Bro, who's behind him? There's no one else good. If that's your starter, you know the person behind him is worse than him. That's how it goes. He sucks. The dude behind him is worse. The fuck are you talking about? It's over.
They're going to put in a call to Villarreal and see if they can get Raul Albiol back.
Look, man, I am just disappointed. And I know y'all Barcelona had a down season, but Madrid are the champions, bro. They did not look good in this fucking game. Like, we gave them chances because our defense is in shambles, dude. But now it seems
all
like
it takes is 1 minute, man. You know, with Madrid, they got that ruthless efficiency. All you got to do is fall asleep for 10 seconds and they'll punish you. So you better make sure you're turned on to full 90 before you wind up in PKs on the other end of a 2-1.
What's your prediction for this next game? Because, I mean, my prediction started off with, like, you know, we just made a prediction for first and second leg before. After watching the first leg, I definitely feel a bit different. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah? Well, why don't you go ahead and give me yours since you feel different?
I got 4-2. City up. Over. Like, you have to pay attention to the importance of getting the fuck out of your own box without just hoofing it up the field. Madrid did that shit at least 20 times. And if you just keep giving us the ball over and over and over, we're going to score. I'm not saying that the midfield of Madrid isn't good. I respect Modric. He's a great, great player. And Toni Kroos. They're both great. But if Casemiro doesn't play, then you miss that X factor of being able to break up plays in the midfield. I believe Valverde was the replacement in the first leg. He's not that type of player. That's not him. So
he's a dude who I'd never thought is fit alongside Modric and Kroos anyway. He fits in a separate ecosystem.
Yeah, so like he was a big reason why it looked so lopsided. So I mean, if there's no Casemiro again, and he'll probably play. I don't know what his injury is, but even if he does play, I still think the deficiencies you have in the back line with just giving us the ball and not completing passes to your midfielders, it's gonna be a tough one. It's going to be a tough one for me, bro. It's 4-2 for me. Man City's got that in the bag. And La Liga. Wait. And if we destroy them, I'm going back to La Liga as a Farmers League again, baby.
Well, that would be a 13-goal salvo over two legs, which would be fantastic to watch. Hopefully we do get that come to fruition, Terry. I'd love to see it. I don't think we need to talk about Liverpool and Villarreal. We said what was going to happen. Liverpool went out there and smacked them 2-0. Thiago is the best player on the field. Hit the crossbar. They could have scored like 4 or 5. They're going to wax them in the next game too. It's going to be like 5-0 over Aggregate.
Yeah.
You guys just got to do your part, Terry. You do your part so we see the game that everyone wants to see in the final with Man City and Liverpool. Don't nobody want to see Real Madrid and Liverpool, Terry. We don't fucking care. That was the worst Champions League final I've ever seen in my life 3 years ago.
3-1 smacking?
That shit where Mohamed Salah got rugby tackled to the ground by Sergio Ramos in the first 5 minutes.
Yeah, that was
tough. It was terrible.
That messed it all up, man. That messed it all up. I was watching that at Kickback Jacks by myself.
You guys need to do your part. All right, paint Manchester blue. Take care of your fucking business and send Madrid packing.
Yeah. So what do you think? You didn't give me a prediction.
At this point, Terry, I've lost confidence in myself. I can't get it up. I can't get my prediction up. I don't know if it's the whiskey or if it's just the stress, if it's the performance anxiety, but I'm having a hard time with this prediction, Terry. I'll go the other way.
What the hell are you looking at that I haven't seen? And you watched the whole game, bro. Come on.
Yeah, I'll go the other way. I'll say you guys lose 0-1, and it goes to PKs.
You are doing it again? You're going to say they're going to go goal?
Yeah. I'm doing it again. You doing this? It doesn't make any sense, Terry. It doesn't make any sense. What am I going to say? 4-2? You already said it.
You got to give a realistic prediction. You're bullshitting.
Right. No, you're right, Terry. Let's just come out here and agree for an hour and a half. That'll be a great show.
We never agree, though. I'm just saying it's not crazy. You saw the shit. Just evaluate what you saw, motherfucker. You know it's not going to be 1-0.
0-0.
Oh, yeah. You're just mad that you know we're about to smack them.
Hopefully it'll be 3-1. Hopefully it'll be 3-1, some along those lines. You guys get the goals. But I don't know. There's something about Madrid. They got that champion's backbone and identity that you guys don't have. You guys have never won shit. No one on your team has ever won shit. You're a bunch of full of losers. All right?
We won the fucking Premier League. This guy.
Wow, that was cute. Take me back to 2014.
Wow.
I thought it was time to move on to bigger and better accomplishments, Terry. We're talking about the Champions League. And members of Real Madrid have won it and won it and won it again. And they're used to being there. They're champions. You're not. And that's going to play a difference. Madrid win this game 1-0.
All right. You'll die on that hill. Cool. When you die on that hill, you're going to die on that hill. I can't believe you right now. I can't believe you. This is absolutely ridiculous. This is absolutely ridiculous. I'm done with you.
Descended from knights. This is what we do. We find a hill and we die on it. All right? Just like Giannis. He's like, listen, guys, I will die on the hill that I'm an unselfish teammate and I'm going to share the ball. I don't care that Skip Bayless is yelling at me to go to the hoop and not pass the ball, that I'm one of the most generational drivers. I don't care about any of the noise. I'm getting everybody involved. And that's what he did in the Bucks game 1 win over the Celtics. He had a triple-double. It was like 26 points, 15 rebounds, 12 assists. But moreover, Boston's number 1 defense that looked so fantastic since acquiring Derek White could not keep Giannis out of the paint. And as they collapsed to build that wall, he was finding open shooters with consistency.
And this is a surprise, man. This is such a surprise for me, bro. And shout out to Skip Bayless for always being a dumbass, honestly. I love that guy. He just thinks that you can just drive the fucking basketball all game and not be tired as fuck. But, no big deal. Giannis, dude looks different. He didn't have a great shooting performance. I think he went like 9 for 25 or something like that. But his shooters are knocking down the shots. Shout out to Connaughton, Grayson Allen, Bobby Portis especially.
I got to tell you, Pat Connaughton is pissing me off, bro. This dude pisses me off every time I watch him. Right?
Why?
We know you got like a 50-inch vertical, right? You were scraping your dick on the rim at the dunk contest.
Yeah.
I can't tell you how many times he doesn't know how to attack closeouts. Like they had one yesterday, they passed it to him. Whoever the defender on the Celtics is, I think it was Marcus Smart, runs on him 300 miles an hour. He pump fakes him, and Marcus Smart flies out of the play into the stands, and then he travels.
Hey,
like he has no idea what to do. Bro, you're an explosive athlete. Take one dribble and go fucking jump.
Hey, man, he's got to work on his other shit, man. I think
he's driving me crazy, dude. I don't. I know they won game one, Terry. I know they won game one. I know they have the best player in the series, which is Giannis. I know I picked the Bucks before the year started. There's a part of me, I cannot believe that Grayson Allen, Wesley Matthews, and Pat Connaughton are going to be crucial cogs on a championship team and outduel Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown and Marcus Smart and all these guys. Like, a part of me just refuses to believe that these white guys can get it done.
Well, it's not because they're good. It's literally just because Giannis is an all-time great player, bro. This dude is a fucking beast, man. He's got the determination of Michael Jordan, bro, to be honest with you. Like, to be completely honest with you. And I respect it because he doesn't back down from shit. Dude came into the league 190 pounds soaking wet, 6'9", an absolute bitch stick. You know what I'm saying? This dude was a fucking stick, a praying mantis. He's a full-grown man now, bro. And nobody can stop him, bro. Jason Tatum, he sat his ass down on that one drive. He's so much stronger than him. Jaylen Brown can't stop him. If Tatum can't stop him, who probably is one of the, if not the best defender in the league, Boston's going to have a problem. Now, I'm not going to say sweep. I would definitely not say that. But if they can't contain him getting to the hoop as easily as he was in the first game, and you guys are coming off a sweep of the Nets, that means you were waiting for the Bucks. You are fucking fresh with your legs. I don't know what they're going to do with this guy, man. Honestly, bro. If they can't stop him.
It starts with Robert Williams staying out of foul trouble. If Time Lord gets in foul trouble on Brook Lopez and Giannis, and we're having to see Daniel Tice out there, you can kiss the series goodbye. Like, straight up, Robert Williams is the X factor. He's the linchpin. He's the cornerstone of this all for the Boston Celtics. And if he can't stay on the court 30 minutes a night, they're losing the series. Plain and simple.
Good luck, Robert. He loves jumping. He loves jumping.
But you got to have a motherfucker like that, you know, when you play against Giannis. Like, to have somebody to put a lid on the rim and contest those. Because if you don't, and you're back there with, you know, Al Horford and Daniel Tice, like, Giannis is going up, over, and through those guys.
Well, hasn't Giannis done this to Boston for years?
Well, remember, the Horford was like the first time he was in Boston, he was like the Giannis stopper, and they built the wall, and Giannis couldn't figure him out. That was 3 years ago. Al Horford's a little slower. Giannis is a little smarter.
Yeah.
I don't see the same thing happen again.
I think he's figured out this Boston shit, bro. But it's not completely up to him. It's up to the guys that you said before. It's up to the shooters, man. It's up to Wesley Matthews, Portis, Brook Lopez. And also shout out to Drew Holiday. He played a fantastic game. Scored 25 points in this one. But it's up to the guys. Javon Carter even stepped up a little bit too. It's up to them. Because they're going to try to do the same shit. Build the fucking wall on Giannis. I say, don't build the wall on the dumb motherfucker. Let him drive and get 45. Because if you let, like, you know in basketball, me and you play ball. If I'm sitting in the corner and I'm playing with fucking LeBron, if I get 1-3 and I see it go in, I'm the best player on the court now. Keep feeding me, baby. I want to shoot it, and I'm going to wet it. But if I don't touch it, I'm out of rhythm. I'm trash. These role players, they need, you know, to see the ball go in there, and Giannis is going to give it to him. So I think in this series only, maybe make a little bit of adjustment and see how it goes. But I don't know, man. If it looks like it did, and it probably won't. We know that. It's going to be Bucks in 6. It's going to be kind of easy, man, unfortunately.
Well, our other big concern all year that we talked about with the Celtics is scoring in the playoffs. Like, your half-court offense, you're not going to be able to get out and run and get all these transition looks. And it needs to be something more refined than your turn, my turn between Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. More specifically, we bemoaned their lack of a true point guard and facilitator to set the table for their teammates.
Yeah.
Seeing as how they've used Marcus Smart in that role.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Marcus Smart won Defensive Player of the Year. He's been much improved. This is the best season of his career. I don't think anyone would confuse him with a juggernaut offensive player.
No.
And
exactly the opposite.
Even though the Celtics are on a string, they're super connected defensively, they're physical and smart. At the end of the day, they don't have a lot of shot creation. Derek White can't get his own shot. Marcus Smart can't get his own shot. The only two guys who could do it are Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown.
Yep.
But they can't get a shot for anyone else, just for themselves.
No. Mostly.
Yeah. I mean, they've shown improvement, but I wouldn't call either one of them like a premier facilitator.
Nah, not yet. That's the next level.
And that's going to be the thing like to watch for me the most in this series is can the Celtics score enough points to complement their fantastic defense?
Yeah,
because the Bucks, they're fucking big and they're physical too. And like, even though I have concerns about Grayson Allen and Wesley Matthews and Pat Connaughton making shots, I don't have concerns about them being in the right place defensively. I don't have concerns about them communicating properly. I don't have concerns about them playing smart and physical.
Nah, we don't. But that's the thing that we've seen with this Boston team, bro. A lot of the guys did step up versus the Nets. But the Nets, like we said, one of the worst defenses we've ever seen in the playoffs. You know, so it's going to be different,
despite having Boston, an all-generation defender in Kyrie Irving. Hey,
I don't even want to. Listen, I don't even want to get in that. Go ahead. Do you want to defend yourself?
I'm going to defend Kyrie. My man strapped up globes. Like, he put maps back on the map. That's what Kyrie did. He strapped the whole earth up and flattened it back out.
Oh, man. Garrett, I'm not
if that's not the best if that's not the best defender I've ever seen, I don't know what is.
Bro, I'm not going to lie to you. When you fucking were screaming at me, basically, about Kyrie Irving being a good defender, I was just looking at you like, this guy's lost it. He's lost his mind. And then you talked to me about 6 years ago, Kyrie. I'm like, come on,
Terry,
man.
I stand by it. I stand by it, Terry. And to
you
this
stand
day,
by it?
Yeah, I stand by it. To this day. To this day. Terry, did you see Kyrie Irving play the type of defense that no one in the entire National Basketball Association did? With a pandemic on the horizon and COVID infiltrating the houses of nearly everybody. Everyone else in the league panicked. They let that vaccine in their body. Kyrie Irving said, no, I'm playing D on the doctor. All right, I'm in the waiting room like this. You're not getting this needle in my arm.
Hey, man, I just want to let you know, he got
back cut on right there.
He got back cut on for layups at least bare minimum. It's got to be at least like 15 times. In that fucking series, dude was sleeping. But we're not gonna talk about that. What I want to talk about is if Tatum doesn't score and Brown doesn't score, it's a problem. But especially if Tatum is not being aggressive, bro. And this is very interesting because I heard Bill Simmons say this shit, right? He doesn't trust Jaylen Brown to score. He doesn't think he's a consistent scorer. And looking at that first game,
I don't see it either. He looks just like a bigger version of Bridges, like an attack closeout guy, not get my one-on-one and get a bucket guy.
Yeah, I think he's right, bro. Jaylen Brown, I don't know if he's that consistent second scorer that the Celtics really need. Like, they need him to get 20 every night. Because if you're going to go back and forth, if it's going to be Tatum scores, Brown scores, Tatum scores, Brown doesn't score, Tatum scores, Brown doesn't score again. What the fuck, man? I need you to be my second scorer, bro. But Tatum had a bad night, and Brown didn't step up and pick him up, so that's why it looked so bad game one. And plus, we already know, bro. Even though the numbers don't look crazy great for the Bucks defense, they got it, man. They can flip a little switch, and they become like a really, really great fucking finals defense. So the Celtics don't have some problems, man.
Especially with Lopez back there protecting the rim.
Yeah. No, it's going to be a problem, dude. So
yeah,
I don't know.
Are you picking the Bucks to win this series?
I got Bucks. Yeah, I got Bucks. I got Bucks in 6.
I mean,
it's just because Giannis is just way better than everybody else. You can clearly tell the level.
Yeah. I really want him and Embiid in the next round. Like, I really want the fucking Giannis Embiid conference finals.
Yeah. We'll see about this Heat thing, though. But I don't know.
Yeah, we'll talk about them next. So the Sixers are playing the Heat in the next round. Game 1 is tonight, Monday night.
Yep,
By the time this pod comes out, it will already have been played. Joel Embiid broke his face in the Toronto series in garbage time. He also fucked up his foot or something. What was his ankle, his knee?
Know. I have no idea. He's beat the hell up. He's always beat up at the end of the year, man. Shit's crazy. He's got bad luck. Tore his thumb ligament in the last series.
That's what it was. It wasn't his ankle, it was his thumb.
Oh, okay.
There we go.
His thumb ligament
he's got the thumb problem. He's got the face problem. I don't know if he's going to have to reprise the Phantom of the Process that he pulled out when JJ Redick was on the team. But
yeah,
I'm excited to see it.
Honestly, I don't even know.
I picked the Heat to win this series, but a part of me is like rooting for the Sixers because they have the best player. And I just really want to see that Giannis and Embiid matchup.
Yeah. Well, game 1, there's no Embiid, no Lowry for the Heat, and no Embiid for the Sixers. The Sixers need Embiid, but we'll see if Harden and Maxey can step up as a collective, bro.
Well, here's the thing. After seeing Trae get strapped by everybody on Miami, I don't have a whole lot of confidence in James Harden that he's going to do much better.
We'll see, man. I mean, now he's way more dependent on his jump shot, like his step back 3. If he can get a couple to fall, it might be all right. But it is in Miami, so this will be a tough one. This is a tough sledding. You say the Heat are going to win it? You got the Heat, right?
Yeah, I got the Heat.
You got the Heat in the series. You got the Heat in the finals. Man. I'm going to say Harden steps up, bro. Fuck it. I'm going to go against the grain. This
will be the one time that Harden breaks out in his career. Yeah. That he rewrites the narrative. This is the series against like the best defense in the league.
Not the series. Harden breaks out this one game.
Oh,
they win. And then he plays like shit for the rest of it when Embiid gets back.
That makes sense.
How long Embiid's going to be out?
Hopefully not too long. Otherwise, the Sixers have less than a 0% chance of winning this series. I appreciate your pick that you rocking with James Harden, Terry. But the thing that like hurt Trae Young the most in the Hawks is they could not get into the paint and pass that first wave of Philly's perimeter defense. Now,
they were killing him.
James Harden, you said he's more step back based now. He's more of a jump shooter than the guy who lives at the free throw line and gets into the paint all the time. That's definitely going to have a detrimental effect on the rest of the team if James Harden cannot get into the teeth of the defense to then kick it out to open shooters. If he's getting stonewalled and is just forced to take a bunch of step-back threes, I don't see that being a good game plan for the Sixers.
Probably not, but we'll see. He always finds a way to get assists, though. He always finds a way to get some sneaky passes in there, back cuts for his boys. He's a really good passer, man. I'm not going to say like he's this fantastic point guard wizard, but he can pass the fucking basketball, so he'll be able to facilitate.
He can, but you got to get past the first wave of defense to force him to rotate and to get those open passes.
He did it against the Raptors. They got some terrific defenders out there as well.
Yeah, they had some terrific defenders that got hurt in the first game. I think it's going to be a different type of challenge for him, man. Like,
but Kyle Lowry's out, so who's going to be the main? Jimmy Butler?
Jimmy could be on him. Fucking Max Strus did a decent job. Oladipo played really good in his return.
But who's going to start? It's probably be Strus, right?
Probably be Strus, I would say.
All right, good luck, Mr. Strus.
Gabe Vincent, I'm sure will take some time on him as well.
Yeah, we'll see. They got a lot of defenders, man.
They do.
They're just good with the identity.
I mean, if they really want to, they could just put PJ Tucker on him.
Maybe if they start them. I don't know who they're going to start, bro. They're just a real weird team in how their lineups go. But I'm thinking it'll be Strus in the beginning. If he doesn't work out, they'll just start with a little combination of like Jimmy, Oladipo, and Tucker, kind of switching.
Yeah,
you're right though. It is going to be tough sledding, but
they got some guys to throw at him, bro. They got some guys to throw at him, and then you got Bam lurking on the fucking defensive joint. Like at the rim on switches. Like Harden's not blowing past Bam. That's not happening.
He's not going to blow by anybody. It's going to be tough. But I'm telling you,
Duncan Robinson. That's the guy. Target Duncan Robinson all game. That's the plan.
Get the switch. Hey,
honestly, let's not overthink it. What did Larry Bird say? You gonna put a white guy on me? Go with the white guys. Like, if you want to beat Miami Heat, attack the whites. That's my game plan.
Tyler Hero Duncan. Yeah. Tyler Hero needs to improve his defense, man. He's a couple keys away from being a starting player. Like, bona fide, like, you have to start.
Yeah.
You know? Because he's good. He's a good enough player to be starting. He's scoring 20 off the bench. You should start, essentially. But his defense is pretty bad, so improve that in, my guy, and you will be in the starting lineup. But I got Heat in 5, honestly.
Whoa! 5?
Yes, done. Embiid is hobbled as fuck, man. I think it's over. I mean, you saw him in the Toronto game. He didn't even look good in the closing game.
I'll give him 6 just because Embiid is so overpowering. Like, maybe with the hand stuff, he steals 2 games. Yep.
Broken face.
So wait a minute. You already said Harden's going to steal a game and go off. You don't think Embiid can take a game too? Not one?
Not with his torn ligament in his right hand for his thumb. And he broke his fucking face, an orbital bone, dog. Nah.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
Come on, versus Bam Adebayo?
Yeah, I don't know if he's going to be hitting turnaround 3 game winners in this series with a torn thumb ligament.
The Toronto one was a couple plays away from still being close, and they didn't even have Scotty Barnes for like a couple games. Like, I don't know, man. Come on now.
All right, Heat in 5. I'm rolling Heat in 6. I believed in this Heat team since the beginning of the playoffs. I just think I love teams that are competitive and smart and tough. And I'm picking them to win this series, but a part of me is definitely rooting for Embiid so we can see this Giannis Embiid showdown. I mean, I'd be much more excited to see that than Celtics and the Heat, just to be honest.
It's not going to be Celtics Heat, though. But fucking, God damn it, I don't want to see Embiid hobbled, bro. If he's not full strength, he's not good. He just isn't. Like, we watched him. Like, 3 straight games. Average as fuck. For him, his standards. He's still really good.
When you can't shoot and move properly and play with physicality and you're 7'2", I mean, that shit is fucking hard. Like,
I don't want to watch that, though. Get out of here.
Well, according to Mr. DeShazo, you're not going to be watching it long. A 5-game series. Get him up out of here.
He can't dunk the ball hard with his right hand. This is going to be tough, man. And Adebayo is undersized. This is going to be tough. It's going to be tough.
All right. Well, let's go over to the Western Conference then, man. We saw game 1 last night between the Golden State Warriors and the Memphis Grizzlies.
Yep.
The Warriors pulled it out at the very end.
Squeaker, dude. That's a hell of a game. Did you watch any of that game or you missed that one?
No, ABC blacked it out in the local market for me, so I was unable to watch the game. I saw maybe 18 seconds before they put up the warning telling me to go fuck myself.
Damn.
But I saw the highlights of the ejection. I went back and watched, Draymond Green got ejected for the game from a flagrant 2 for barely grabbing on this dude's jersey.
That's tough.
And punching him in the face.
Honestly, bro, everybody keeps saying his first contact was bad. I didn't think that shit was that bad. It looked like he went for the ball. He missed it. Then that jersey grab is a little crazy, especially when you're in the air. That's a little wild. But ejection?
I wouldn't have ejected him. I would have given him a flagrant 1 because the thing that would have changed it really to an ejection for me is if you saw the follow through on the pull down.
Yeah.
It didn't look like there was any follow through. He barely just touched it. It looked like to get his own balance. You know what I mean? But he didn't you didn't see him grab and pull like that. If he had done that, I would have been like, that's a flagrant 2. That's an ejection.
Yeah. But I guess it was just both of those actions together. But
that's another point then that we're getting to, bro. It's we're getting to the point with the letter of the law shit in basketball that it's distorting actual basketball. When we go back and every turnover in the last minute they review and they go back in super slow motion and you see a guy holding the ball in his hands and another guy smack the ball out of it. And then they go back in super slow motion and they go, oh, well, it actually touched his middle fingertip last on the guy who had the ball smacked out of his hand, and it's still Sixers' ball. Use your fucking eyeballs, guys. One person was holding the ball in his hand. The other guy smacked it out. It's as simple as that. And it's the same thing that we're talking about here. It's The letter of the law said he made contact above the head and neck area. There was a wind-up. There was a fall-through. There was a player that got contacted in midair while he was jumping, and all that adds up to you're out of here. And it's like, let's not officiate the game on Excel spreadsheets and algorithms. Let's use our eyes.
Yeah. Honestly, though, I think when you're looking at these flagrant calls, you don't get to use slow motion. Fuck it. I want you to look at it only in real time.
Fast motion. Yep.
Every single time, real time. That slow mo shit, you're just like, oh, Draymond's pulling his whole shit. No, bro. He barely snagged on it. But he shouldn't have done it. But it wasn't an ejection.
It was a regular flagrant one. That's what I thought.
I mean, Draymond is his own worst enemy. All right. Dude, you got a suspension in the fucking finals. That's how stupid you are. You're fucking dumb. All right. First of all, stop doing dumb shit. Just go for the ball. What was the unnecessary grab for? I don't understand. What are you doing? Just let him go up.
I don't know.
I don't want him to get that.
Honestly, to me, I thought he was like trying to steady himself. Like he was falling back a little bit, and so he grabbed to like get his balance.
Well, good luck. It steadied himself to an ejection. Really stupid.
Right? You were really stable when you were sitting your ass down in the locker room.
Yeah.
Very steady.
That's real tough for me, though, because like the Warriors did end up winning. So I don't think it's that big of a deal. But I feel like the refs are kind of controlling a little bit too much of these games in this playoffs. It's so many foul calls in a lot of these games, man. They're really doing a bad job.
Yeah, it's horrible. The refereeing has gotten worse and worse. I definitely agree with you.
But it is what it is. So Memphis goes down 1-0, man. How do you're picking Warriors for the finals, so that's your pick. So obviously you're going with the Warriors in this one. Steph Curry looked okay. Once again, Klay Thompson bailed him out. Klay Thompson is a clutch NBA player, even though Steph Curry is a much better player. I will not sit here and say that Steph Curry is a clutch basketball player. I'm not saying that. I will never say that. He's a great player, but, there's some stains on his legacy. No finals MVPs either, so fuck out of here, Steph.
Yeah.
Evaluate what you saw out of this game, bro. Like, I know Ja, he did his usual Ja shit. And first of all, let me say this. If anybody in sports media, NBA media, picked the Memphis Grizzlies to go to the finals, you're an absolute idiot. You know that Memphis goes how Ja goes, and you looked at their regular season record without Ja, and you were like, oh, well, they must be a fucking fantastic team. Playoffs is way different. This team can't fucking shoot threes. Jaren Jackson just had the game of his life, but he has no impact on the games because he can barely stay in the fucking games. He can't guard anybody on this court right now because Draymond doesn't play offense, so he has to end up like trying to guard fucking Steph and Jordan Poole and Klay Thompson on these picks and shit. This ain't looking too good for Memphis, bro. It's really not. The game was close, but could have been a lot worse. Draymond was gone when the score is 56-53, and y'all still lost the fucking game with no Draymond. Memphis is getting no. I don't know, bro. I got Golden State in 5 after watching game 1.
Sheesh.
Terry, Monday.
I said it once, and I'll say it 1,000,000 times. Steven Adams is the key to this series. He's got to beat up Draymond Green and Kevon Looney on those offensive boards. It's like, I'm not going to do it. That's the Nate McMillan analysis. That's the Nate McMillan right there. That's the Mike Brown.
Okay. Gotcha.
Like, for me, I think the thing that concerned me a lot about the Grizzlies is I saw John Morant playing like Trae Young out there. Like, every time they went under the pick, he's like, cool, I'll pop this. That's not your game, bro. That you got to find, like, in the playoffs, as John Morant will find out, they're going to give you certain shots. Like, you're open for a reason. It's all about percentages. Like, can we encourage you to take a less good shot than you normally would? And all those off the dribble, threes at the top of the break, those are not great shots for him. He's not a league average 3-point shooter. The whole game is going to change if he starts getting into paint more and being more attacking, getting into the team, that defense. That'll change the entire geometry of the court. I'm not going to panic right now. I think this is going to be a legitimate good series, Terry. I don't see it going 5 games.
I hope so.
I think Memphis is just too deep throughout the team. Like their team is deeper than the Golden State Warriors, but the Warriors have the premium players that I count on to make a difference in crunch time.
Nobody has proven it, bro. Not one single player on their entire roster has proven that they have been able to do anything clutch-wise in the playoffs. Not a single one of them. They went against Minnesota, who was a mediocre team at best, and went 6 games. And honestly, shit could have gone 7, and honestly, they could have lost in fucking 6 or 5.
You know, Terry, they won the series against the Timberwolves. You know they were trailing in over 70% of their game times during that series?
Yeah. They should have lost that shit. I'm telling you.
I'm still sticking with the Warriors to win. I don't think it'll be a cakewalk. I think Memphis has a lot of toughness. And like I said, they have a lot of guys. It's like, all right, your shot isn't falling, Desmond Bane. Okay, well, we got DeAnthony Melton out here. Like, we got Dylan Brooks. We got all these different guys. Xavier Tillman. Like, you look up and down their rosters, and they got some dogs. So I can't count them out this early, but do they have somebody besides John Morant that's as electric as Jordan Poole even?
Nope. They're not ready.
Yeah.
They're not ready. Look.
They're not there yet.
You gave me you said deep, but that's the wrong 2 E-letter word. The real 2 E-letter word is green. Them boys is green behind the ears, man. They not ready. They're not ready for the situation, man. I don't think they're ready, man.
You got to take your lumps first. Nobody, like you said earlier, is like nobody goes straight to the finals. Like you
never happen.
The most you'll see is the Hawks last year, where they never made the playoffs, went to the Eastern Conference Finals, and ran out of gas. Like that would be the best case scenario for this Memphis team.
Yeah.
And I don't even see that happening because the Grizzlies aren't playing the Knicks and the Ben Simmons 76ers.
No.
They're playing the fucking Golden State Warriors, who now have 3 Splash Brothers and the best defensive player in the league.
Yeah.
And not to mention Andrew Wiggins, who is a fucking all-star this year and nobody even talks about.
All-star starter, Andrew Wiggins. Yeah.
Starting to make the simple good plays, too, by the way. I'm, like, really impressed with Wiggins' growth this season. It shows up just in stuff like last night. He got a rebound. He went to push. He was like, oh, shit, I see Steph Curry in the corner. I'm not going to try to drive this all the way to the rim. He's swinging immediately while the defense is still in transition to Steph in the corner. Steph swings it to Poole on top of the key. The defender gets lost in between them, swings it back to Steph. He gets a 4-point play in the corner. All made from Andrew Wiggins making a proper decision quickly, which is what we've not particularly seen with him throughout his career.
But the real guy we got to talk about is that man Jordan Poole played outstanding again, bro. This dude, I mean, at a certain point, and I get the lineups and shit, but he might be working his way up to the starting lineup, at least next year. It's working out for them now because they need that scoring.
Steve Kerr started him in the second half. Like, he started with, what's your boy, the Mitten, Gary Payton, second on Ja.
Second play, he played great too.
But
for his limited minutes,
the second half, he was like, nah, GP, you coming off the bench. Jordan, you back in the starting lineup. Go get some buckets.
Yeah.
And it was to great
Poole
effect.
Poole played the most minutes in the game. He played 38 minutes. He deserved it too, bro. Dude was 5 for 10 from 3, fucking 12 for 20 for the whole game. You know he doesn't miss from the fucking free throw line. Had the highest percentage in the league, more than Steph, which is crazy. I mean, dude's a monster, bro. This guy, his improvement is crazy. I might want to reevaluate my MIP because this motherfucker is balling.
He was a dude who let's remember to put this in perspective with Jordan Poole. When the Warriors, he did not make the bubble. He was not invited to the bubble with the rest of the NBA. Nope. He stayed at home while the rest of the NBA played basketball and worked on his craft and worked on his game. And he came back a much, much improved player. Shout out to Jordan Poole, man. So
also shout out to Desmond Bane for jumping on Clay's pump fake. Come on, Des.
Hey,
you gotta make him drive, bro.
First of all, Clay is a nice ass pump fake, though, bro. That dude is just so silky with it, and you always have to respect it, like, because Clay will shoot it right in your fucking face, take a bad shot, and make it like it's nothing.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Don't get blown by though. Shit. If he's gonna hit it, he's gonna hit it. but don't look stupid out there. But hey, look,
but you know
got
what?
A short wingspan, you got to jump.
He wasn't even the worst closeout defender on his team. Ja Morant committed 2 4-point plays during this game. 2 4-point fouls.
That is true.
What are you doing? You cannot close out of control on Steph Curry, Jordan Poole, or Klay Thompson. If you do that all series, it's going to be a long fucking series. It's going to be a lot of 4-point plays.
Yeah. And also, I got to say one thing about Steph. We like to clown on his defense. And, we like to say him and Jokic are in the same vein as like defensive win shares are good. But we're like, he ain't a good defender. He made a great play on Ja Morant. He deflected that ball twice when Ja drove in to try to get that layup. And I think that was before the Klay 3, or it might have been after, but that was a great defensive play, bro, on Ja Morant. Ja's quick as shit, but Steph got his hands on that ball. And I was like, damn.
Yeah, I mean, you can't have a top 5 defense in the league without Steph Curry doing his part.
Yeah. So, also, bro, Memphis, y'all got to start getting some rebounds at the end of the fucking game. Jesus Christ.
The Warriors didn't even Adams. I'm a bang the table for this guy. Why the fuck would you give up Jonas Valanciunas for Steven Adams if you're not going to use him at all? This is the perfect series for him, bro. The fucking Warriors have no bigs. They can't rebound a ball at all. Their guards do all their rebounding. Draymond Green gets like 6 boards a game, dude. Like, if there was ever a series where Steven Adams should play 10 minutes, 8 minutes a game in specific situations, it's shit like this. When Draymond Green's in foul trouble, bring in the 2 towers, go beat him up on the offensive boards and get him to make a 5th foul.
Unfortunately, your Steven Adams credibility is a little gone from the last series, Mr. Garrett. Yeah, it's done. I don't want to listen to you talk about Steven Adams.
Hold on. What did I say about DeMarcus Cousins and these Warriors bigs?
He killed it.
Yeah, Steven Adams.
He killed it.
He's not the same type of player, but could he impose his physicality in a different manner? I don't see why not. I don't think it's crazy. These Warriors bigs are the worst in the league, Terry. They fucking suck. They got no length. They can't rebound.
Neither can Steven Adams. Name me one time he averaged 10 rebounds in his career.
He was boxing out the whole team so Russell Westbrook could get those rebounds. Come on, man.
Okay.
He's boxing out 3 people so Russell Westbrook could jump for the free throw line. You know the deal.
All right. I'm just saying. I'm not saying you're lying.
Well,
but I'm saying he don't be trying.
You're saying that there's still definitely questions with Steven
Adams. I just know that every series can't be the perfect series for Steven Adams.
Well, Terry, you think every series could be the perfect series for Chris Paul? Because he was perfect in their series closeout against the Pelicans. Did not miss a shot from the entire field. You think he's going to be doing that all series against the Mavericks, Terry?
Probably not. But I will say this. That's probably there's some performances from Jordan and LeBron, but 14 for 14. That might be the best closeout performance I've ever seen, man.
It's time to put some respect on the point guard's name. Huh, Terry?
Hey, he had 3 turnovers, so fuck out of here. No, I'm just playing. 14 for 14 is absolutely amazing. 2 for 2 from the line, or maybe 4 for 4. I don't remember. He didn't miss. When he shot the basketball at the basket, the shit went in every single time. Dude played his ass off. They needed it. They needed every single point that he scored.
And yet still, he's not the most threatening scorer in this series.
Nope.
The guy that everyone's afraid of, the guy that everyone's like, how are we going to stop? Is Big Luka. He's back.
Luka's on that trajectory.
The ankle is looking good. He mixed up Rudy Gobert just like we thought he was going to. Had no chance guarding that man.
Good. He's good.
The thing that worries me about like this series for the Suns is like I don't think Mikal Bridges has a tremendous reputation for being an elite defender, and he's very, very good. But he's skinny. He is not strong enough in the ass and in the thighs to not get bowled over by Luka whenever he wants to. If Luka wants to get deep position, he's getting it. And that makes me nervous for the Suns because it's like now when Luka's not just burning you with the step backs from over the arc, but he's also killing you in the mid-range from the elbow and from the low block, posting up lower guards and using his passing, that becomes very hard to stop, especially when you have 4 other shooters on the court. I could see this game
right,
going
man.
7. I could see this series going 7 games, Terry.
Man, this is where we need to see Luka's greatness. We get to see how great he is. Now, I don't know how you feel about him. I think he's really, really good, but winning shit like this puts you on the trajectory to be fucking great, man. Like, really, really great. Because this is actually his first playoff series he won versus Utah. That's nothing, dude. Absolutely nothing. Nobody gives a fuck. This is a real test right here. Because Suns have some good defenders. Jay Crowder, Cam Johnson, Mikal Bridges, of course, is the primary.
Booker and Paul, both good defenders.
Yeah. I was about to say Booker and Paul are really good. So this is going to be an interesting one. And Ayton, he can rim protect, somewhat. And he's an agile big.
As can JaVale McGee.
Yeah. But with all that being said, ask Paul George and Kawhi how good this motherfucker is because he toasted their ass. So I don't know, man. I like Luka. He's top 3. The Suns. This puts you on that LeBron James type air trajectory as a young player making it to the Western Conference Finals where it's top heavy. It's a top heavy West. The guys at the top are good. This team is good. The Suns are good. What do we say? 10th, tied for the 10th best record all time or like 9th best record?
Yeah, 9th best record of all time.
Yeah. So,
9th best record in NBA history.
Man, if he can beat the Suns, man, this will be crazy. And we know Devin Booker's not right yet. He's not completely healthy. So I think Luka could steal some. If he can get game 1 or game 2, bring it back to Dallas, tied up.
Are you picking the Mavericks to win this series, Terry?
With a hobbled Booker, this is going to be a tough one for me to think about, man. I think the Suns still have it. And I think this one goes 7. I think it goes 7. I think the Suns still got it. But it's dangerous. If it goes 7, I might think Luka will pull it off, but I got Suns.
Besides the big battle, which is obviously Luka against Bridges, I'm looking at 2 other matchups in this series that I think is really going to dictate how this is going to go.
All right.
The first of them is Booker on Brunson. Booker and Brunson, that matchup. Brunson's been on an absolute heater this playoffs. This is the dude who sat on the bench the entire time. The last 3 games of the Mavericks playoff loss. Last year, he was like minus 120 in his minutes.
Yeah.
And now he's absolutely killing people. He may have the best footwork in the league out of anybody I've seen. His floater game is disgusting. He runs the offense. He attacks closeouts. He plays with physicality. A hobbled Booker, that's going to be a tough matchup right there.
That is tough.
But if Booker can play up to his normal standard, that should be a great battle to watch there. The other one I'm looking at is the bigs, man.
Yep.
As usual, we got DeAndre Ayton going up against Dwight Powell. I've liked Dwight Powell for some time, but he's a worse version of DeAndre Ayton with a worse back-to-the-back game.
Yeah, he is.
Ayton should eat him alive. This is where Ayton needs to prove why you took him over Luka, right?
Yeah.
Luka went 5, Ayton went 1 that draft.
Yep.
They straight up chose him over Luka. It's time to show why. So you can't if you can put guys like Dwight Powell on Ayton and live with it, then you fuck this pickup. Simple as that.
Yeah.
He has got to eat Powell alive for the Suns to win this
I think this is the one, dude, because like you said, these guard, matchups are pretty even, but that's the one where it seems to be a little more lopsided toward the Suns. Ayton is going to have to win this playoff series for them, bro. He really needs to step up. I need at least 23 and 12, bro. Got to have something like that.
We need the Ayton that we saw in the Western Conference Finals.
Yeah. He was great now.
We need that guy.
This is a big one, bro. This is a big one. And, of course, look, I don't really give too much of what the fuck he does for the rest of his career. The Suns should have taken Luka Doncic. All right. We're all going to sit here and say they definitely should have. I don't give a fuck what they're talking about. He no matter what he does.
May I add, Terry, their coach at the time was the head coach of the Slovenian national team.
Who's? The Suns?
Who coached Yes. Their coach was Luka's international coach, and they still passed on.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, that's pretty silly. That's pretty silly. But
so you going Suns in 7?
Yeah, I got Suns in 7.
I do too.
Yeah.
I got Suns in 7 also.
Plus,
I think this is going to be the best series, though, out of all the ones that we're watching in this round. This is the one I got my eye on the most. I'm really fascinated to watch.
Yeah.
It's going to be some real high-level basketball IQ, like manipulating these defenders between Chris Paul and Luka.
Mm-hmm.
Like the amount of defensive coverages that you're going to have to send at these guys so you don't get torched. It's going to be really like a basketball masterclass TED Talk. Like if you want to learn how to play point guard, go watch this fucking series.
Yeah. Nah, I'm excited about this one, but god damn, they hit me with that 10 o'clock start. That's going to be a tough one for your boy, but I got to watch it. Also, once it gets into like that game 5, game 6, trajectory, by that time, Devin Booker might be looking back. He might be looking good. And I think if Booker's healthy, though, it's going to be tough for them to win. I think if the Mavs really, really want to hope to win this shit, they need to win these early games. Like, they really need to win these shits. Because healthy Booker, like we saw healthy Booker.
But we've also seen Dallas go up and lose it before.
Yeah.
Like we've seen Luka start off really hot, dropping like 40, 45 points the first 2 games.
Yeah.
But by game 6 and 7, he's out of steam.
No, that's true.
If Booker is out and Dallas does win these 2, they got to keep their foot on the gas.
No, that's true.
Because Phoenix has already shown they're the type of team, like, they overcome adversity.
They got resilience. They do.
They know how to work their way out of a hole.
Yeah.
Like, they're not going to quit.
I think the only difference, I guess, for the Mavs from the previous seasons are Doncic, his second and third options aren't like big guys like Porzingis. They actually, can get the ball. Like Dinwiddie and Brunson, they can actually give Luka like a rest, from just running the offense all on his own. So I think that'll help him out, man, and keep him a little more fresh than he usually is towards the ends of series and stuff. So I think this is going to be a tough one for Phoenix, bro. This is going to be a good one. And if Doncic wins this one, I'm on the bandwagon, bro. I'm on it. I'm not really on it now. I'm more of a Giannis type of guy. I'm more of a fucking Devin Booker type of guy. That's my type of game I like to watch. But Luka, if he can do it all, step back threes, little getting in the lane, doing his usual Luka shit.
I love his game, man. He just got to cut out the complain to the officials every single possession.
Yeah, he's done
that
less
he
of
doesn't
it.
get a bucket. He's just got to cut that shit out for me to really be your fan.
I got you. He's done less.
I don't like soft shit. I don't like flopping. I don't like fucking not getting back on defense while you're complaining. I don't like that.
Trae Young.
Yeah, I don't like it.
Trae Young in a nutshell. All right, man. Well, that's it.
Damn. Can you just give me a whole team full of like Marcus Smart and Draymond Green?
Marcus Smart is your guy. Draymond's your guy. I'm out on Draymond. Hell no. I don't like Draymond, bro. I don't even think he's a top 30 defender. I can't fuck with him.
So you would have ejected him.
Yeah, definitely. Habitually.
Well, Terry, that's it for us. We're hitting the eject button on this podcast. Thank you guys for joining us this week for recapping the NFL draft, talking some Champions League and NBA playoffs. This week we have Real Madrid, Man City, the second leg. We got Liverpool, Villarreal. We got all the playoff basketball to look forward to. And, of course, the number one place to go for that coverage is www.thehLSpod.com.
Yes, sir. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to our YouTube and subscribe to our Spotify, man. We're everywhere. Apple, wherever you get your podcasts, we there.
Goddamn right. North Carolina continue to stand up.
Peace. Peace.
Thank you for listening to our podcast this evening. Thank you. You're far too kind.